Hello students, welcome to Career Forum YouTube channel. Students, in today's video, we are going to discuss previous year questions from SSC. Well, this is the part 2 of our error detection series. Okay, so this was all about the topic which we are going to discuss today. So now let's start with the session. And here we have the first question and the direction. So let us first read the direction. So the direction says, in the given sentences, identify the segment which contains grammatical error. Well, here you have been given a sentence which is divided into 4 parts. And the examiner will ask you to find error in any one of these 4 parts. In any one. Okay. So let us first read the first sentence given. So the first sentence says, you may leave the class when you have completed the test. Okay. So here important is to look for the error in the given sentence. So try to read the sentence slowly and then look at each part of the sentence. Okay. So the first part says you may left. So if you are aware of the rules, you will be able to find immediately the error in the first part. According to modal verb rule. So if I talk about the modal verb rule. So this rule says whenever we have a modal verb in a sentence, whenever we have a modal verb, okay, like can, could, may, might, okay. So whenever we have modal verbs, we should always use verb after it in its first form, okay. That simply means the verb has to be in its first form. But here we have left, V2. The given verb is in V2, simple past, and this is absolutely wrong. So according to this rule, we need verb in its first form. So this left has to be what? Leave. Am I clear? So this is important for SSC exams, and this comes many a time in exam. Okay. So be specific with it. After a modal verb, you have to use verb in its first form. Am I clear? Okay. Now let's move to the second part. Second sentence. The second sentence says, I done a lot of work today, she said. So here, if you see the structure of the sentence, here we have the reporting verb. And the reporting verb is in past tense. Okay. So the reporting verb here is in past tense. According to the rules of tense, whenever we have a reporting verb in past, the other tense should also of the sentence should also be in same form. Means they all have to be in past tense. Okay. So if I look at the sentence carefully, you can be able to find the error. Here we have given done. Done is the past participle of do. We usually write do, which is V1. Then we write did, which is V2, and done is the past participle, that is V3. Here the given verb is in past participle, and that is absolutely wrong, because according to the rule of tense, whenever we have a reporting verb in past, the verb also has to be in past. Okay, so this done has to be replaced with did. Okay, so the error lies in first part. Okay, so be specific. Tense is very important, and usually examiners give rules or questions from tense. Okay, so be specific with the rules of the tenses. Clear? So let's move to the third sentence. The third sentence says, the cost of fruits and vegetables have risen abnormally this month. So in this sentence, you have to be specific with the subject of the sentence. So basically, here the error is of subject verb agreement. So the error is of subject verb agreement. Okay. E. This have is here, which is respective to vegetables and fruits. Okay. So this seems to be right, but important is to look for true subject in the given sentence. So if I talk about the true subject, here in the given sentence, the true subject is cost, the cost. So the true subject is cost, which is singular. And according to subject verb agreement rule, if we have a singular subject, the verb also has to be in singular form. Am I clear? So if I look at the sentence, the cost of fruits and vegetable. So here cost is singular, so this have has to be what? Has. Clear? Fine. Let's move to the next question. So the next question is, having just taking a heavy lunch. Having just taken a heavy lunch, she was not ready to have any fruit. Okay. So student, this is one of the most important rules of SSC, and usually, or you can say frequently, they give an exam. Okay, because such structures seem to be little weird, but this is very important. So here I'm briefing you the rule first. Remember, whenever we use having, we always need verb in third form, and typically this phrase is important when it qualifies doer of the sentence. Okay, when it qualifies doer of the sentence. So here in the given case, if you look at the sentence carefully, you may be able to identify the error. So here we have taking, wrong. According to rule, we need verb in third form, means we need a past participle. So taking, the past participle of taking is taken. Am I clear? So this is important, and be specific with this rule. Whenever we have having, try to look for past participle. Okay. So if suppose you have given something other than this V3, there definitely the error will lie in that particular part. Clear? So be specific with this rule. Fine. Let's move to the fifth sentence. Unless you did not do your homework, you will be punished. So student, this is again an important rule of conjunction. So here the sentence, so if I look at the sentence, we have unless. So students, unless is a subordinate conjunction. It's a subordinate conjunction. Okay. And it basically means except if. And it means except if. This unless, if I talk about this unless is itself a negative word, remember. Okay, it's a negative word. This rule is very important. We often do mistake while identifying error with sentences having unless or until or lest. Okay, so this is basically a negative word, and the rule says whenever we have a negative word in the sentence, we should not use another negative word in the sentence. So here if we have unless, then this did not is incorrect. Okay, that simply means with unless we should not use any other negative phrase. So the correct sentence should be unless you do your homework. This has to be your, okay. Unless you do your homework, you will be punished, said the teacher. Fine. So remember, whenever you have unless in the sentence, try to look for the negative word. If it is there, the error lies in that particular part. Clear? So be specific this rule of conjunction. Fine. Let's move to the next sentence. Sixth one, not complying by any of the laws can land you into serious trouble. Okay. So this sentence has error of fixed preposition. One of the most important topic. This is one of the most important topics, okay, of grammar. So here error is of fixed preposition. Fixed preposition is a phrase where a preposition is fixed with its respective verb form. Okay. So here we have comply and then we have by. Basically, we typically use comply with. Okay. Comply with is the correct phrase. There is no phrase like comply by. So if you are aware of this rule, I mean the fixed preposition rules, you will be very specifically able to find error in the first part. Okay, so try to learn as many fixed prepositions, means that those phrases, try to learn as many phrases as you can, because many a times they give error based on fixed preposition. Okay, so here you have to find error here in the first part. So complying by is incorrect. This has to be complying with. Well, this phrase typically means to obey regulations. So this phrase is typically used to show some kind of obey regarding any regulation or laws. Okay, and this sentence also talks about the same thing. So you can also say that this phrase comply with is used to conform to do something. Okay, fine. So be specific with the rules of fixed prepositions and try to learn as many phrases as you can. Okay, fine. Now the seventh sentence. The seventh sentence says Raja Ravi Verma was one of the first artists who tried to create a style that was both modern and traditional. Okay, so here we have the error of noun, and this is again an important rule, and this also comes frequently in exam. Okay, in SSC exams typically. So whenever we have this phrase one of the, whenever we have this phrase one of the noun after this phrase, suppose if you have a noun after this phrase, this noun has to be always in plural form. Okay, always. Okay, so remember, whenever we have this phrase one of, or suppose if you have phrases like either of, whenever we have a of with any of the expressions like either of, or we have, let's say, neither of, or let's say any of, or each of, with such phrases we always need, means after of, if you need any noun, this noun has to be plural, always. Okay, so if we look at the sentence, here we have given is one of the first artist. Okay, that simply means the error lies here, artist. This artist is in singular form, whereas we need a plural of it. Okay, so if I talk about the error, this lies in second part, and this artist has to be artist. Okay, so am I clear? Oh, okay, let us see an example also so that this rule become clear to you. Okay, so here I'm writing an example. So here I'm writing an example. Okay, let's say he is staying with one of his friends. Suppose you have this sentence in exam, so the error is in this part. We always need a plural noun here whenever we have this phrase one of. After one of, we always need a plural noun. So here it should be, here it has to be has, s. Okay, friends, always. Okay, and basically this phrase one of typically talks about one out of many, or you can say one out of its group, okay, of a certain group. Clear? Fine. Let's move to the eighth sentence. He is more smarter than his brother. He is more smarter than his brother. Here we are doing comparison. We are comparing this person with this. Okay, though he does not earn much money. Okay, money is uncountable, and with an uncountable noun we use much. So here we don't have any error. Okay, fine. This part is fine. So this is all okay. Though he does not earn, this is also does is again a auxiliary. We need a verb in first form. Okay, then his brother, for comparison we need this then conjunction. This is also fine. Okay, but here we have more smarter. Okay, the error is of adjective. The error is of adjective. The rule of adjective says while comparing two persons, we should not use two comparative degree together. Okay, so but here in the given sentence we have more. More is also a comparative form. Okay, comparative degree, and smarter is also a comparative degree. And the examiner has given both these words together, and this is incorrect. Okay, so here typically we need smarter only. Okay, so the correct sentence should be like he is smarter than his brother. We can't use more with any other comparative degree. Two comparative degrees should not be used together. So the rule is, remember, two comparative degree means using two comparative degree together is wrong. We should not use two comparative degree in a sentence. Okay, fine. Let's move to the next sentence. So sentence says, the child along with his parents were waiting for the program to begin. Okay. So if we look at the sentence, we have two subjects here, the child and parents. So typically if you see, we have more than two subjects in this sentence. We have typically more than two subjects. Okay. So parents means, of course, two, mom and dad and this child. So typically we have three persons there. Okay. So this is one of the important concept of subject verb agreement. Okay. So basically the error is of subject verb agreement. So remember, whenever we join two subjects, either singular or plural. Okay. This does not matter. So whenever we join two subjects with connectives like along with, as given in the sentence, or as well as, or together with, or more than. Okay, there are a number of phrases. So whenever we use two subjects, whenever we join two subjects using these connectives, we use these connectives, remember, the verb should always be respective to the first subject. We typically ignore the second subject. We don't consider the second subject, and the verb should be respective to the first subject. Okay. So here in the given case, the parents are with this child. So the subject has to be ignored and verb has to be respective to the first subject. So according to child, this verb has to be was. So clear? So whenever you join two subjects using connectives like along with, more than, as well as, together with, including with, remember the second subject always get ignored and the verb is preferred according to the first subject. Clear? So if you have a singular first subject, suppose if your first subject is singular, your verb has to be singular. If your first subject is plural, then your verb also has to be plural. Fine? Okay. Now the last question of the session. So here we have, each of the girls have given an impressive dance performance. Okay. And this sentence, the part says each of the girls has given, this has to be have. Okay. According to this has to be have. Okay. Each of the girls have given an impressive dance performance. So remember, this is the rule of distributive adjective. So this is basically the rule of distributive adjectives. Okay. So the words like each, every, either, neither. So these words basically are called distributive adjectives. Okay. So distributive adjectives show individual forms. Okay. And according to the rule, whenever we have these distributive adjectives, they take a noun in singular form followed by a singular verb. Okay. That means, suppose if they directly or immediately follow a noun, that noun has to be singular. Likewise, if they follow a verb, that verb has to be also in same form, means singular. Okay. But here we have each and then we have of. Okay. So as I have just mentioned you in the a couple of questions before, that whenever we have this expression of, and if this follow a noun, this noun has to be plural. Okay. But this whole phrase is singular. Okay. Distributive adjectives are always singular. This plural noun is just because of this of. Okay. Because whenever we have expression with of, we need a plural form because this is distributive case. Okay. but the verb has to be singular form. Okay, so here in the given case, if you look at the sentence, each of the girls have given an impressive dance performance. So this have is wrong, and here it has to be has. That means the error lies in second part. So if I write here, this has to be has. Clear? Okay, I hope the rules are clear to you. So this is all for today. In the next session, we will discuss more questions based on grammar rules. Okay, and if you feel that the session was quite impressive for you all, and it was fruitful and worthy, do subscribe our channel, share it with your friends, and don't forget to like it. Okay, thank you.